Today on CityCast Chicago, 'tis the season for carving pumpkins, trick-or-treating, spooky decorations, movie marathons, and finalizing your perfect costume. So I had to call up the friend Jenny LeFlore, you may know her as Mama Fresh, to talk about the best ways to celebrate Halloween, whether or not you got kids. It's Thursday, October 19th. I'm Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago's talking about. Jenny, welcome back to CityCast Chicago.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being back. Now, I think 2 times, this makes me like a regular, so if y'all want to send, y'all want to send me a coffee mug in the mail or anything, an ID badge, let me know.
Hey, we got you, G. And the reason we've having you back so soon is we officially in autumn, which means it's holiday season, but not just any holiday. It's spooky season. We talk about Halloween. What does Halloween look like for you, Jenny? Like, do you decorate the crib? You giving out candy? All of that. What's your month of Halloween look like?
Okay, so this is when your producer approached me. I was like, "Oh, are you ready?" Because I love spooky season. Already attended our first Halloween party.
Dog, like a full costume party or just like a primer?
Okay, let me tell you something. Mamas do not play. She does not want anyone to beat her to the punch. We were all in mandatory Halloween pajamas. And so I had my boys, we had our matching Halloween skeleton pajamas on, and we were all over her house for a spooky season kickoff. So that just gets my mind going already.
I love that regardless of the fact that Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, these are one-day events on the calendar. They're month-long for families, for people across the city. You know, do you go all out? Is your house one that people have to stop on the block and see, or do people see out your windows? Or like what do you do for decorations?
First of all, I'm in a city condo on the South Side, G. I'm not in a huge home, a palatial estate. So what I want to encourage you is that you don't have to live in one of those homes where people are bussing in people from from other neighborhoods. Maybe it's something simple as decorating your front door. I will encourage, and this is anyone, to just start where you are. Start putting just those cute little things. Hit up the dollar spot, hit up the $1.25 store, and just start decorating what you have. If your spirit moves you, don't wait.
I've only lived in apartments in my adult life, and it may be something as simple as, putting a little figurine up on the fireplace, hanging like some little lights over my pictures in my room. Typically, I try to do one little thing, but something I can't really do from my apartment is, participate in the trick-or-treaters, right? I might have to go outside, stand on the porch. So what do you do, not only working from a condo, but what's your trick-or-treat plan? How do you tackle trick-or-treaters?
So I am very into the community aspect of it. So we'll talk about some of the things my family does to celebrate Halloween. But on actual Halloween day, we go over to my brother's house, him and his wife, and we put a speaker outside. We have a fog machine, and I go to Costco. They have these huge, 5-pound bags of candy because I want kids to get as much as they want. You don't have to ask. You don't have to say please. You can be 17 and 6 foot tall with a sheet. Doesn't matter. You get candy. So I am more of the quantity because I want everyone to be able to get as much as they want.
I love that so much. We got to pull up on your family house.
Period.
You said I could just bring a pillowcase and I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
Well, if we got our decorations, we got our candy. Mm-hmm. But even if you not participating through that level, you may still pop out to a little fifi, a little party or something. Let's start with the kids. Do you have a sense of what are the costumes that are popular for kids this year? I mean, what are your kids dressing up as?
So my kids, so we are a multiple costume family. So we do multiple costumes. Let's just get that.
Come on.
Let's just get that out the way. So my son's going to be a ninja, a night ninja. I have no idea what that is, but it's a ninja that only comes out at night. So he's very into that. So he's a night ninja. And then one thing that we're going to talk about is that my youngest son, his daycare, for everyone, I have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. But his daycare has trunk or treat. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
Kobe, this is none of the stuff I did as a kid. I love it. So we do a trunk or treat. We just go right to a parking lot. Every parent just goes and pops open their trunk. You decorate your trunk, and then our kids just trick or treat around the parking lot. I do want to say that
that's cool.
You are listening to the 2022 Trunk or Treat winner over here. Okay, we shut it down last year, and we're coming for the title again. This year we're doing Jurassic Park. So yeah, I'm buying live ferns. It's a whole thing. My baby's going to be a dinosaur because he's going to be the dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
Come on. What about you? What are you dressing up? What are your multiple costumes looking like in 2023, my champion?
Sure. So I always got some in the tank. So I always have a mummy and an astronaut. Those jumpsuits are ready to go. You can invite me to a party today. I'm boom.
Oh, so these are things that you just, they're like sort of in your Halloween tote.
My repertoire. Those are ready to go. So that's it. You can catch me on any day, and I got those. And then I'll be the park ranger for our Jurassic Park. So I'll be the Jurassic Park ranger. But I'm hoping to get invited to an adults-only Halloween party. And if I do, I'm going to be a French kiss. So I'm going to do like a little beret and a T-shirt with like lips on it and put like little kisses all over my face. And then, so I'll be a French kiss. That's my adult costume. So I have a couple of costumes because I want your listeners to have a hand up. I want them to snatch up the crown at their costume contest. So as we talk about Chicago costumes, I thought of Chance the Snapper. So dressing up your kid as an alligator, but with a 3 hat, just put a hat with a 3 on it, and they can be that little small crocodile that they found in Humboldt Park.
Over in Humboldt Park,
that's a winner. My son once dressed up in a hot dog costume that we just got just at the store. It was like $20. No, it wasn't even $20. It was less than $20. And then my husband wore a black apron, and we got Portillo's to give us a little hat. So they were a Chicago hot dog and the Portillo's drive-through worker. Because, everybody know they're fast and they're on their game. So that was a good one. I don't want to mess up my business part of this, but you can also dress up in a Bears jersey with a newspaper and a hat that says bad, and you can be the Bad News Bears, which is tough. That's hard. I know. We're going to take a moment of silence.
You can put that Bears jersey on, take a brown paper bag, cut some holes in it, put it over your face.
Put a newspaper, you're the Bad News Bears. That's unfortunate, but here we are. Also, you can put your kid in the thrift store suit and have them pull a karaoke machine out, and they can be the State Street preacher. And everybody would love.
I thought you was finna say Lord. All
right. No. They good. But you know that machine? They got that mic.
I know that man.
You know that man. That's a Chicago icon.
Halloween this year is on a Tuesday. How does that change when and how you'll be celebrating?
So for most of us, what we'll do is have the weekend before. There are a lot of activities that are happening, community Halloween parties, and I'm going to be very much talking about community Halloween parties, things that are happening in communities for fall. Chicago is a great city because we are so festive and we just dive in to all the holidays. If you are into Halloween but want to be outside in more of a chill atmosphere, have you been up to the Botanical Gardens in a while, Kobe?
I have not during a Halloween. I've been there, but not for like a seasonal reason.
Okay, so they have it's like Nights of 1,000 Pumpkins, which is crazy. And so you walk through the garden and it's all decorated with over 1,000 pumpkins, and they are so artistic. So they're not just your normal 2 triangles and a jigsaw smile. They're these beautiful pumpkins. Maybe you're trying to put the boo in Halloween. You and your bae, you and your boo, y'all out there. This is a date night. Don't say Mama Fresh didn't put y'all on. I do also want to talk about Arts in the Dark, which is an amazing parade that happens on State Street. And that is Saturday, October 21st from 6 to 8. They shut down State Street, and it is a beautiful artistic display of what you would think this spooky season is all about.
Come on, you got us some date nights at the Botanical Gardens. You got us some family Halloween opportunities on State Street. Let's stay with events. What are some of the best maybe daytime events across the city for kids and families?
So there are also those pop-up bars. I don't know if Chicago's huge into like immersive experiences, and you might hear of a pop-up bar or two. too. I take a really popular one in Chicago is Jack's Pop-Up, and it's their Halloween. Now I think they open like 3 or 4. I always reserve that first slot. And so it's before it turns night. It's a lot of teenagers. But this is great to get those photo ops, to get those fall pictures. And I love giving city kids a chance to just kind of run around and get their energy out. And you're smack dab in the city. And you also get a chance to do a corn maze, and you get a chance for them to play carnival games. It's something that's really nostalgic in being in that type of area. And you really look around and you forget that there's hustling and bustling streets right around you.
Jack's Pumpkin Pop-Up is one that I have been seeing come up a lot. It's not only for all families, but they have opportunities for drinks for people. They got acts thrown for people who are 18 and older. And so it definitely ranges whether you're a young person, a teenager on your own, or if you're, an older group going out by yourself. It really is kind of multifaceted in that way.
And the great thing, too, is that we have community programs. I always will big up our park district. Chicago Park District is always working so hard to bring programming all over to the city. So they have Halloween programming. We have, I personally live on the south side. I live in Bronzeville. Here in Bronzeville, City Point Community Church is having a fall festival on the Saturday before. And that's free for families. And that's something to do during the day. I like keeping an idea of events because Jack's is beautiful. And this is going to be just me being straight up and honest. It can get expensive for you to do that for a family of 4, a family of 5. So I want you to be able to mix it up and use the resources that are free, that are also in your neighborhood and in your community, and take advantage of those.
Well, are there any other trick-or-treating events that you all are got your eye on?
If you know the iconic The Rink on the south side. So
87, that's where I be.
Yeah, 87. And they're having an event on the 30th for the local daycares in their neighborhood, which is great because if you're a daycare and you're in their area, you can just give them a call. A bus will come pick you up and take them there. The kids can skate. They can do trick-or-treating right there. I am very much encouraging you to celebrate this season, but what I don't want to do with parents is add another thing on your to-do list. So I want you to go to things that are already happening or in places where you might be already, and then you can take advantage of those. As growing up in Chicago on the west side, I didn't grow up doing any of this.
No, same.
I went to my first pumpkin patch at my big age. Like I was in my 30s going to a pumpkin patch.
I was in upstate New York in my maybe 23, 24 first time I did that. I think I went trick-or-treating once. Yeah. As a kid, and I've mentioned this before, it was during the razor blade scare. And so my parents did it one time. We did face paint that year. And then after that, it was just like, if y'all school not doing nothing, then that's where it's at. We're going to eat candy at the crib. So this is all new to me too.
Yeah, that's why. So I really tell everyone about all of these things happening all over the city because I really want to strive for equity into this. I don't want us to think that this type of fun, whimsical behavior is exclusive to a certain group, a certain neighborhood, or a certain part of Chicago. If you think, oh, we don't take pictures with pumpkins, you do. You can. And if you will see that your kids' face light up as they sit on a haystack with a pumpkin, or the first time my son saw that a pumpkin had a stem on it, that's something because he had never even seen where they were grown. So all of these things, I really push for us to take advantage of these things in the city. And maybe just because our age didn't have it, expose your kids to it and let them have that joy. And you know what? Take a picture too for yourself. Heal your inner child while you are out there. Do the work and really enjoy what the city has to offer.
We've talked trick-or-treat events. We've talked family events, pumpkin patches. What about adults only? You got any adults only events for people who either ain't got no young kids or putting them down to sleep and want to do something by themselves?
I love a good date night. I love if you want to do something just for you. Or if you're like, I still want to take part of this, there's the Nightmare on Clark, which is an adults only event that's happening on Clark Street. And it's a long way, and it's bars that are participating. Costumes are optional, but that's an adults only activity. Also, there's some really cool, it's like a mad scientist cocktail class that's going on in the city right now. And so you make spooky cocktails, go there and practice. That way, if you're having an event at your home, like a little get together, you can have the best cocktails on the block. So look for those events all over the city that might have a special time just for you.
If people wanted to, we talked about decorating your apartment, decorating your window, your door, but there is something to seeing those super elaborate designs that people do. Is there a neighborhood or a suburb that you go to do like a neighborhood drive around to show your kids some of the best lights and Halloween decorations?
I'm going to give you two answers. One, there are a lot of beautiful neighborhoods. I know my husband grew up in Beverly. Beverly has a lot of beautifully decorated houses. That can be one answer. But the other answer is I stopped that. The thing is that those decorations are nice, but so is our neighborhood. So is our community. Because you know what they don't have? They don't have a DJ. And let me tell you about Bronzeville. If it's more than 3 gathered, it's going to be a DJ. Let me tell you what they don't have. Somebody, an uncle that's out there grilling in October. So I am really instilling this community.
This neighborhood
pride. They're really, and particularly like a South Side pride. So how much diversity we have just blocks away. So we will go to Pilsen, like we were in Pilsen a lot last month for Hispanic Heritage Month, buying coffee, going looking at murals. So I like to just show everything. I mean, no shade to Bucktown, Lincoln Park, Lakeview, all of that. But everyone always says those houses are beautiful. I love being right here in the trenches, in my neighborhood. So I love just really showing them what our community has to offer.
And I love that you bring up Pilsen as well. I mean, moving through, not only does the National Museum of Mexican Art have an amazing Day of the Dead exhibit right now, but you'll also see some of those decorations in the neighborhood. Like you said, it's great to see those homes. It's great to see those neighborhoods dressed up. But we don't want young people to get this idea that your neighborhood has nothing to offer, that you have to go somewhere else to get the best of something or to get a version of something.
Chicago is a city of 77 neighborhoods. We're not going to put one over a pedestal over the other. And especially not over something that you can order on Amazon, not for something that you can that has a price tag. If it's anything, it is going to be vibe. It is going to be connection. It is going to be community. It is going to be that feeling in the air. Find out what is happening in your neighborhood. I want to find out and if not, then what can you do? I do want to tell you that you don't have to do anything on a grand scale. You can start with your classroom. You can start with your kid's school. You can start with in your building.
Shout out to Jenny LeFlore. Shout out to Mama Fresh. I'm sending love to you and your entire family.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Before I let you go, for more news and events, including a breakdown on Chicago's latest invasive species, I'm looking at you to spot and lanternfly. Head over to our website at chicago.citycast.fm. That's also where you can subscribe to our Hey Chicago newsletter and catch up on some old podcast episodes. Like every episode, I gotta leave you with some good news. For more Halloween fun, you could check out Chicago's Horror Film Festival at Facet Cinema in Lincoln Park this Saturday and Sunday. They got over 150 films to choose from. Check our show notes for a link. As always, we appreciate you for reading and listening. I'm back with our Friday news roundup bright and early tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Peace. Man, you really put me on. I can't stop thinking about my boy Sam Chambers. I might have to throw on my biggest suit, grab me a speaker, and be the State Street preacher this year. I might have to do it.
You just gotta tell everybody they're going to hell. That's it. That's the only accessory you need. And I think that everyone will crack up and love that.
Hey, if that man ain't told you was going to hell, you ain't.
Are you in Chicago? I don't think so.
Are you in Chicago?